Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah.
Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. Put the make it round the world when it holds in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. The Popcorn World.
Tiger is back. Man, our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Hey, this is everybody. It's Lloyd Spence, and listen, you can find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the Major League Baseball is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? Man, I got the Braves, man. I feel like they're going back to back. Because BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas, casino, and poker games. It's super easy to get started. So head on to the website today and use your mobile device to join and use your promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Go on over to BetOnline. It's where the game starts. And tell them the Noisemaker said. Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ.
2, 1, ready, come on.
Hello, everybody. It is your peoples. We back up in here. No commentary tonight for me. No commentary. I was last minute stuff going on. I just didn't have time to do both. Doesn't mean I don't love y'all. Doesn't mean I don't care. It just means there's a lot going on.
No commentary? Commentary.
You know how, I tell you not to bring your kids or not, this kind
of yes. I didn't hear that this time.
Well, I didn't have time today. Listen, I got a lot going on behind the scenes today. A lot.
Yeah, you do.
And so I didn't have time to give y'all cute commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, okay? I've been in meetings all day long.
Yeah, you have.
So I ain't had time for commentary stuff.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Mama Noise is here. Al B is here. Freshly cut like $1 million.
Threw on the ballet shoes and the fly green shorts.
Stepped out the house. Stop. You gotta keep going. Stop short. Oh no.
Oh
no. Forgot my Kango.
Okay, you muted. You messed it.
He's not muted. He just decided not to give you commentary. See, there's a theme. There's a running theme right now.
He didn't want to give it to Kango because he couldn't see his cut.
That and he probably don't have a Kango. When's the last time somebody bought a Kango?
He might got one in storage.
No, Al does not have a Kango. I've never seen Al wear a Kango.
Al, other than baseball caps, never wore dress hats until maybe 4 years ago.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. I wore my first dress hat last year or year before last in the pandemic, whatever.
One of those things.
What in the world? What is going on with Cuz?
When you first put it on, you're like, that ain't me.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. Cuz, are you in danger?
No, I'm not.
Just yell out if you need help. What's going on?
Nothing. All is well.
What are we looking at right now?
The roof of his car. It looks.
Is that the roof of the truck?
Oh, how are you? Very good. Thank you.
Oh.
Taking care of business.
He's taking care of business every day.
If business is getting him and Jasmine something to eat.
That's probably what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like fatherly duties right now.
Supper time.
It sounded very proper at that moment. It didn't sound like he left the Mississippi in the backseat. It didn't sound very Mississippi when he.
No. Listen.
Have a great one.
Have a great one. You see that? You see how he did that? Have a great one. You got the code switch in these lands. Y'all know that. Talking all willy-nilly with these while he did. Oh, he put the money on it too. You see how he put the money on it?
Okay.
All right.
He said talking like that gets you discounts.
What's going on, cuz? Look at him with his shades on, looking just as sexy as he want to be.
Oh.
Go ahead, cuz.
Them sunglasses kind of make you like a black police.
5-0, 12.
All of a sudden, I just heard the Whoopi Goldberg different.
Okay.
Yeah, she was. She's okay with it. Oh, gonna leave. You know what? I was wondering if there was a line. I guess we crossed it with the okay. We crossed it with the okay.
I missed you, Al.
Say what?
We missed you, Al.
Oh, yeah, Thursday.
And Friday. And Saturday. We didn't see each other.
Y'all didn't do a show Saturday.
Right.
Y'all didn't do a show Friday either.
No, we've literally been off.
That's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. Thank you, Jesus.
I mean,
Son of the
we took some days off. Can you believe it?
No, because it just looks like we took days off.
We took days off, sort of, kind of.
Nope.
We took days off from being on air. Is that
no? Because you was on air yesterday.
I was not.
You did one of them Java talks on either Saturday.
That's not on air.
That's
not the same thing. That's just me talking to the people.
Same thing as being on air.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he went live a couple of times.
See, why you trying to act like you ain't
one time? I went one time and said, "Hey, I love y'all. I'm out."
No, you didn't.
You know what, Mama Noise? You a hater.
You like, guys.
I do a Java talk almost every weekend.
Win.
Boy, you ninjas here, boy. Y'all won't let a brother be great.
Well, you said you had not, so And plus, there's so much to talk about from the weekend. I thought you was gonna save it to Monday, but
I did save it to Monday. I didn't talk about nothing.
Nothing.
I ain't talking about nothing. We chilling. I got the agenda set for the day. We good. But I don't want to start in the place that y'all think I'm gonna start in. I want to start about Derby.
Oh,
Wow.
Derby.
What a Derby.
Go Derby.
I was not expecting that at all.
Just what was you expecting?
I don't know. You know what? You never know what to expect with Derby. But I wasn't expecting that.
Well, the year before that, didn't the
Mama Noise?
Go ahead.
I was just saying the year before that, I was all excited that I had picked the horse to win. And then that dude was criminal minded. He's behind the scenes doing all kinds of criminal stuff.
He actually, in my opinion, should not have even been allowed on the track in the
Yeah. Well, his owner, his trainer is not allowed. They was like, I saw an interview with whoever runs Churchill Downs, and they said, "Hey man, when you gonna let him back?" He said, "When he learns how to behave."
No. He was there. He was on premise.
Was he there?
Yeah.
They just not gonna let him on the track no more.
The dude that had two of the favorites works underneath Baffert.
Oh, okay. So he's not there, but he's there.
Yeah, no, he was there. Physically, he was there at Churchill Downs.
But I'm saying he ain't on the track though. He ain't walking.
Right. He's not allowed to, groom, train, none of that. He wasn't.
But how much was he really?
Capacity.
But how much was he really grooming and training anyway? Like he really, at this point of his life, he ain't out there with the horses.
It's at this point, it's his name.
Right. So they basically said we can't attach your name to any more wins for a while.
But yeah, it was crazy. I had y'all saw my bets. I posted them. I think one of them I had 3, 6, 9, 10.
Yeah.
The 3 and the 10 came across, and 21 was like, "Whoa, wait up, Playboy." 13 was my long shot at 35-1. He was making his way up, and 21 said, "Whoa, wait up, Playboy."
It really, to me, in real time, you can't appreciate how amazing it is when you go back and watch the replay and you see how 21 just weaved his way.
It's more. I don't want to say astonishing because that makes it seem like, oh, it was rigged. But it was more amazing watching how those lanes opened up at just the right time.
At just the right time.
Any other situation, those horses get boxed in. But it was meant to be. This horse was 30 seconds, I think they said, 30 seconds from not being allowed into the race as an alternate.
That is correct. And they let him in literally at the very last minute. But to your point, and that's what was astonishing to me as well, Al, because I took notice of the exact same thing you did. Not only did those paths open up or those spaces open up at the exact right times, but the jockey had the wherewithal to attack them in that moment. And I was like, I don't remember ever seeing that ever before.
Most jockeys would have hit that fence and stayed there because it was opening up. So most jockeys would have stayed on that fence
and hope for a miracle.
Done that, he would have got hemmed up.
Yeah.
And been in a pickle.
80-1, Mama Noise. 80-1. He paid out $163.
And the text I sent you, boy. She had 50, 25, and 25. 50 to win, 25 to place, 25 to show.
She put $50 on it
to win. So she gets that plus the place plus the show.
Oh my God! So the barbecue, the 4th of July is at her house, is what you're saying?
It's
by default.
Nice.
What? So what does that mean? Okay, so is it 50 for every $2 or 50 for every $1?
What my understanding is the odds goes as such. If a horse is 2-1, goes off at 2-1 odds. Of course, your dollar is your bet.
Right.
So you get that dollar back, and then you gain $1. So you get, I think it's, golly, is it $2 for every dollar you bet? That's what I thought. I thought it was like something similar to that. It's like $163 for $2 or something, right? Yeah, I'm not a horse guy, but I try to listen. But it's something. It's a nice payday. It's a nice payout. So, assuming it's, we're gonna just play with numbers here because just having fun here in the moment. Find out. Here's what you do: find out what Kendrick's. Jesus! Find out what Kendrick's girlfriend bet. I know. That's my plan for Thursday's show. Find out what she bet and then multiply it, and then you'll get. But let's say it was every $2, which means she got paid $163 times 25, roughly. Right? Is that right? Or is it against the odds? That's the part I don't know. Is it against the odds or against the payout? If it's against the actual dollar amount, it was a nice $4,000. All I know is $2 paid you $163, right? Yeah. So that's got to be multiplied times 40. 163 times 40. If it's that, then I mean, come on, man. Oh, what is that? That's $6,500. But that's just the win. And that's just for one spot. She got another. Yeah, so I don't know. Imagine if somebody had the trifecta. Oh God! How a 10-cent trifecta paid like $14,000. But you know what's funny about super that? Paid almost $300,000. But you know what's funny about that? You could theoretically do that because if you say I'm gonna bet the 2 favorites in a long shot, which is not an uncommon thing. But can you imagine? It's very, for savvy bettors, it's very common to throw a long shot on top of favorites. Right. Or I do know in a box situation with favorites. I do know one. I only know 2 people that bet long shots. The long shot just straight up, and they won. So Kendrick, you mentioned, and the other one you. I didn't mention, but anyway. But Mama Noise, here's what I would like. Let's go to the other side, and then we're gonna move on. Can you imagine your epicenter, and somebody bets on you? They bet $1.5 million. I'm speaking to Mattress Mark or Mattress Mike or whatever his name is. Bet $1.5 million, and you start the race off. You say, "Wow, Epicenter's doing really good." And he comes around the turn. You're like, okay, he's pulling away. And he comes around the second turn, like, wow, he's got a nice lead. And you get to down the stretch. You're like, okay, the guy's close, but I think he can hold him off. Wait a minute, who is this? That's how that guy was 4 seconds
5 seconds away
Two
from
furlongs.
cashing in on $1.5 million or $1.5 million bet to win. Now he's got the money, obviously, so he ain't tripping, but ouch.
Right. Well,
He does that all the
he's
time.
been- yeah, he
All
does
the
it.
time.
He
Yeah, yeah.
does it every year. Oh, he does it multiple sports as well.
I was getting ready to say
but
that too.
Part of that catch was if Epicenter had won, everybody's debt would have been forgiven, or everybody with over a certain amount, or everybody that had purchased blah 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 blah. I have to look, but there was another angle to that bet as well.
Wow.
So
Shout out to Rise Rich Strike, because that was one of the most impressive races I think I've ever seen.
bruh, I got my last bet in about a minute before call to post.
Wow.
No, it was after call to post. They were walking them to the gate. So I saw Rich Strike, and I was like, well, this dude's 99-1, which the book I was looking in.
Right. Which was true. Right.
I'm like, hell, he'll be running when I go back to work tomorrow or Monday. So I chose a more reasonable long shot at 35-1.
Oh, wow.
And actually, he finished fourth. The 13 horse finished fourth.
So you weren't that far off.
Oh, no. I was real close
You just picked the wrong long shot.
I was real close to being in little money, not big money, maybe a couple $100.
Yeah.
Well, I had that 13-1.
Yeah, your trifecta here, that's a different thing.
Well, no, I had the 13-1. I had him cross the board. So
okay. So you've been really good.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. It would have covered that $14 promise.
Mama Noise is listening to you right now, and she's like, I hear all the things you're saying about betting and coverage and 13s and this, that, and the other. It sounds like wah, 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 wah.
Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown.
Wow, did you read my mind? What is happening?
I can just see it in your face. I've been married to you 23 years.
Sound like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Right. I've been married to you 23 years. I know when you are completely disconnected to the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know what trifecta and
superfecta and exacta.
I don't know that stuff. So
you don't. And it was obvious you didn't know it, as evidenced by the way you
what she did know is she had Epicenter.
She didn't even watch this year with me. I watched alone.
Really?
You didn't watch.
Why was you watching it alone?
Because you and the girls decided to go do some stuff.
He said, get out.
I said, do we need to go right now? Well, we need to go ahead. Y'all need to get on it. You pushed us out the house.
Push is aggressive. I don't know if that sounds aggressive. It was more like a gentle nudge. It was a gentle nudge for peace.
Unbelievable.
Ron Nolan is in the building.
Bro, no.
What up?
What's going on?
See y'all, brother. We just talking about that incredible race, which I didn't benefit from financially.
Me neither. The one damn year I don't bet, and the bastard comes in. Sorry, and he comes in.
Well, you listen. I understand your frustration, Ron. If you'd like to refer to him as a bastard, I'm not going to take that from you.
You always bet the longest shots?
Yep.
Well, it was about 8 long shots, so
Yeah.
you would have had to pick the longest shot.
Yeah, anybody typically 30 something to 1, 25 to 1, I'll typically bet in the Derby. Outside the Derby, I typically don't do it, but for the Derby, I usually.
Yeah, it was about 10 of them. Remember back in the day when you could bet the field?
Yeah.
That was the good old days.
Well, now everybody's going to be trying to bet the long shot every year, even though this is a one-off. It's not going to happen every year, y'all.
Typically, every few years, so you get a long shot that'll come in, second, third. You'll get.
Yeah, he's not going to win. It's 80 to 1. Come on. And like you said, think about the guys that got in at 99 to 1.
Yeah.
How happy are they today? So, anyway, that's what happened over Saturday. So I wanted to start there. What else happened over the weekend?
Mother's Day.
Huh?
Mother's Day was over the weekend.
It was Mother's Day. Mama Noy, did you have a good Mother's Day?
I did.
Well, you know, happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
That's all you gonna say is I did. That's what the people get.
That's it.
Well, when you chop folks off, that's all you get.
You know what? I'm gonna need you to come
You
correct.
didn't give me a moment to reply other than I did, and I was about to go further.
Well, I'll be quiet then. You talk. Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate it. Okay, so I had a wonderful breakfast. Mr. Noise fixed my dream breakfast quesadilla. And I was very pleased with it. And even though that was his first try at making it, he did an outstanding job. And then he did a incredible 5-star meal for dinner.
Ain't no thing.
I'm sorry.
Ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing but
Oh my gosh. So okay. The kids gave me a beautiful video presentation and beautiful cards, a beautiful gift. It was really nice. It was and you know, but I know something about my family. They don't care about my drive to want to watch old school old school, huh? No.
Let me tell this part of the story.
Black man. No, it wasn't.
Let me tell this part of the story. So in our house, on a particular weekend of celebration, it could be a birthday, a Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever. One of the traditions that we have is that at Sunday morning breakfast, you get to choose what we watch as a family. So we all sit down, and for that, whatever many hours that is, we sit down and watch whatever you choose. My wife chose the original Batman and the original Wonder Woman.
You say the original, you talking 1960?
That's
I'm talking your boy.
1966.
What's his name? With the tight Batman outfit, you can see his thoughts in his chest.
Yeah.
Yes. With the pow, you know, when they pop him in the face, you see the actual pow.
With the crazy looking Catwoman and all that.
Yes.
I found out that I have
Can I finish the story? Can I finish the story before you jump in there? Adam West, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, because you talking about I need to be quiet. You don't even remember the name.
I didn't say you need to be quiet. I didn't say that. I'm not. It's still Mother's Day Eve or post Mother's Day. So I just said, let me finish. So we watched 2 hours of that, and then we watched another hour of Wonder Woman.
So you watched about 22 episodes in 2 hours because it was only like 15 minutes each.
Bruh, it felt like a million.
No, they were not.
It felt like a million.
But they wasn't.
Wonder Woman's episodes were an hour.
Now, Wonder Woman was long
because there was no commercials on what's that HBO Max. But I found what, Al?
You're mute, Al.
I said I'd have been like.
I gave a little bit of that. I gave him a little bit. Full disclosure, I did give him a little bit of that.
Yeah, nudge
no,
your ass up.
I'm home alone with that. I'm sitting surrounded by my family, but I'm home alone. The girls got their laptops open. They done went on to a whole nother whatever. Lloyd is over there. He's on his phone. I'm like, dang.
But Mama Noise, in our defense, it's a lot to ask people to watch TV that is so plastically fake. Like back in the day when we was little and we didn't know no better, we were like, oh, this is amazing. But now that we know better, you can't ask people who've seen Avengers Endgame to go back and watch this.
The saying goes, when you know better, do better.
Yeah. But we watched it. We watched it, though, Mama Noise. We watched it. No. We watched it. And we love you. Happy Mother's Day.
You know what?
Did you enjoy it, Mama Noise?
I was having a great time. I was trying to show them. And then the episode with Earth the Kid on there, I was just so excited. Well, I was all excited by myself. And then Lloyd's like, well, I can tell that you're excited.
First black cat woman, Miss Eartha Kitt.
Yeah,
I mean,
I watched a little bit
hilarious.
of that one. I did watch a little bit of that one out of respect.
Oh, well, it was.
go.
And when in the introduction to Batgirl, when Batgirl came on the scene, I was like, "Look, she got her own motorcycle. She got it." And the kids was like, and Hannah is just so.
Yeah, truth be told, she could have whooped Robin's ass.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Everybody could.
but really everybody could. Yeah, that really was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say this: I had never seen Catgirl until yesterday. Catgirl was thicker than a Snicker. I was like, where they get
Batgirl
from?
Catgirl.
Oh, Batgirl, whatever name.
I was going to ask you who Catgirl was. It's a new superhero character.
Batgirl, but her theme song sucked. It was terrible.
I thought it was tight.
No, you know that song wasn't tight.
I thought it was. I was like, okay, girl, whose baby are you?
They mailed that in. They mailed that completely in.
No, you know what?
They're like, we're not even gonna try. We just go.
Just let her ass show up.
Right. And
Well,
listen, if I'd have got a thick Batgirl like that, I don't have to put no emphasis on the theme song either. Just let her walk around the screen to music, and we good.
You know, the problem is she was too thick. That's why she didn't last. You know, she only in a couple episodes.
She was back then. I'm shocked at the thickness. They let that type of thickness get away with a white woman because they don't normally,
I don't know.
white women weren't thick like that back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
So it was interesting. I saw some pictures of Cuz and his lovely bride.
Yeah.
I don't know if those were old pictures or were new pictures, but they looked happy.
They sure did, since Opal's on the ground.
Peace. That's called peace. That wasn't happiness, Lord. That was peace.
I was like, look at Opal.
He don't like happiness.
He don't like happiness. He wants peace. Peace be still.
Love and happiness.
Love and happiness.
Cuz, why are you looking around like you don't know what we're talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't. Well, I don't want to out you, but
Don't out it.
Was this picture from Opal?
That's on Opal's Instagram.
Oh,
You gotta be friends with her on Instagram to see the nice, lovely pictures.
I am.
I said, "Oh, look! Isn't this a lovely picture? This is so nice."
Well, y'all look beautiful.
Right before the finger pressed the.
Cuz, would you like to see the
You
picture?
better smile.
I'll just send it to you. How about that?
Made her smile.
Opal won't accept this friend request.
That might be true. That actually might be true. All right,
I don't do all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
at all. Instagram. What else?
Because you're old.
You need to, Jay. I mean, you are the most beloved personality on this podcast.
That is true.
Everybody loves Jay. No, seriously.
Everybody, they
I
love the hell
got
out of
coworkers just recently. That dark guy. Not the one with glasses. that guy. I like him. I dig.
What's the subject? What are we talking about?
Just make sure
Today
you
we're talking
understand.
about black men and the noisemakers that love them.
Cuz make sure you understand you the dark guy. I'm the dark guy with glasses. So there's the difference.
All right, it's the dark guy, not the one with glasses. It's the other one. They say it's the other one.
It's the other dark meat.
Oh my gosh! Stop
Just
it.
face it. They love you, nigga.
Oh,
They
that's
do.
true.
They love you out in these streets.
And it's mostly the women's.
Well, let's call it what it is now.
But there are some.
Picture of you guys wishing your mothers happy Mother's Day and celebrating. I really like it. That was nice. Very nice.
Well, how did
Yeah.
you celebrate Opal?
That's the kid's responsibility.
Well, I mean, I do what I do because of my daughter. Because my mama's dead and gone. It ain't about my mama. It ain't about my mama. So we celebrate Opal so that her daughter would know to honor her mom, cherish her. So we went, that picture you sent, we were at the Arboretum in Dallas.
Oh,
We had a real nice picnic there and enjoyed the scenery. Beautiful, beautiful. There was a whole lot of ass out there. There was a whole lot of ass out there too, but I couldn't
Sundress season, man. Sundress season.
I mean, ooh. It was about,
and the weather is right here.
It was about 95 yesterday here in
Yeah,
Dallas.
the weather's right here.
It was
the weather's right here too, my brother.
Man.
It wasn't the last few days, but today it was 81 degrees.
Yes, sir.
That ain't right weather, man.
Oh,
that's right.
We're in the River City. It is.
We just went from 40 and rain to 81.
Get you a sun, Jess.
There you go. There you go.
I believe Wednesday we're expecting 90.
Close to 90 on Wednesday. Yep.
Yeah, we already there. We full on. We full on.
No.
Shout out to Tim Hinkle.
Tim, don't co-sign on this.
He's co-signing. He said it's everywhere.
Everywhere, man. I mean,
It is 10 minutes to 8, and it is still 80 degrees.
Yes.
There you go. So
we gotta be happy with what we get. We'll fuck around.
What is the male equivalent of a sundress for women? Like, what is
gray sweatpants?
But you can't wear gray sweatpants in the summertime.
No, you can't. But I'm just saying.
Cut them off, make them shorts.
Make shorts.
Yeah, but then you're not talking about a dude. You're talking about something else.
I think real women are truly disgusted by men that walk around half naked. They don't mind the gray
I don't think we're disgusted at all.
But they don't want to see his balls hanging out and shit. But we don't mind saying anything you want to hang out. We don't mind. But women don't want to see it.
Today's women do. Today's women, that's all they talk about.
They do.
That's all y'all talk about. Seeing gray sweats, seeing somebody's print in their gray sweats.
I mean, the gray sweats are okay. But I'm talking about the balls sneaking out up underneath the shorts. They don't want to see all that. They don't want to see.
That might be excessive.
Yeah, I mean,
That's excessive. Where you saying, okay, I'm gonna need you to do better.
Yeah, exactly. Women care about your appearance. They don't want you to appear to be so slutty.
Even though
how short is his shorts? But his balls be hanging out.
It's unfortunate, Ron. Them shorts are coming back, man.
Some men do it.
Them shorts are coming back.
On women or men?
On men.
I can't do it.
Nope.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's not a good thing.
I was looking in the JCPenney catalog. I was like, the devil is alive. Well, it's not a catalog anymore. It's online.
Oh, okay.
That might have been the oldest thing you've ever said on this show, Al.
Yeah, I mean,
the catalog. I'm not prepared.
Sears and Roebuck.
JC
Right.
Penney's was my first poem.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I was sitting there going,
nightwear. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
As a little boy, I thought that just tickled me to death.
Because them lace bras in there, they didn't leave nothing to the man.
Right.
No, they didn't.
You can see the areola.
Mama Noise, did you look at the Sears Roebuck catalog the same way that we looked at the Sears Roebuck catalog?
No.
But they didn't really have men in their drawers.
No.
Yeah, they did.
Did they have men in
They
their drawers?
was mighty whitey.
We just didn't notice it as much. But
I didn't. I definitely didn't notice it.
You kind of just flip through, just kind of.
Yeah, I bet them pages were never touched.
Right.
Mama run around there. Where the hell is my catalog? Maybe the neighbor stole it off the porch.
It didn't show up this week.
Yeah. Before we get into the meat of today's subject, I do want to give a shout out to Anthony Anderson.
what did you and Mama Noise do for?
We already had that conversation.
Okay, then I'll shut up.
I mean,
we're trying to avoid the rant so you don't get it. Because Lloyd screwed it up.
Mama Noise, tell Jay about your
Lloyd
Mother's
always
Day.
messing up something.
I didn't mess up nothing.
Mama Noise, tell Jay about your Mother's Day.
Well, no, because he's probably gonna agree with Lloyd.
Lloyd, don't interrupt. Lloyd, do not interrupt. Go.
Lloyd cooked an incredible breakfast and a 5-star meal for dinner. It was absolutely amazing. The kids made awesome video presentations of pictures that was of the family, and it was very nice. And then we supposed to spend some time watching stuff on TV of the of what I would like to watch. So I wanted to watch. See, you couldn't even just be quiet long enough to just
interrupted. Yeah.
I wanted to watch Batman, but I wanted to watch the Batman from 1966. Back when he did the boom, the zam, and the wham from on TV. So I wanted to watch that, and then I wanted to watch the original Wonder Woman. From that, back at that same time in the 70s. I think she came along in the 70s. But still, I thought I was having a good time until I looked around and the whole room had checked out. The kids had their laptops.
Checked out seems aggressive. I don't think it was that.
Kids had their laptops. It was like, Mama, you know this is fake, don't you? Anyway, then Lloyd was like, you know what? I've been wanting to find this new word. And, he's got himself on. I said, okay, clearly my family is like, Mama, when you get your turn to pick what we watch, we're going to make sure to have our computers and our cell phones to make sure.
I don't think you understood the assignment. Like normally we pick something that we like, but we feel like everybody else will enjoy as well.
She's done for a while.
That's right. That's right.
Celebration days.
That's right. Her choices are limited through December.
Yeah, Mama knows if you want to go that damn extreme, you can do that on your own time. That was supposed to be a family event. I mean,
wait a minute. I sit through they food videos and every other thing they
carried you.
I choose that. I sit through all their stuff, but you can't sit through my little stuff.
No charge.
She changed all them shitty ass diapers.
I was in labor for 20 hours. You can't sit still for 2 hours just to watch a Batman.
I knew it was
and for Azaria, I had to get my blood sugar taken 5 times a day, and they had to pop my fingertips 5 times a day. Because that's how they check blood sugar.
I'm going to tell you how much I appreciate you, cuz.
I went through some stuff. I was certain you could sit still for 2 hours to watch Wonder Woman and Batman.
Yeah, ninjas.
I'm just saying.
Mama knows. That's a bit much to try to get kids to go back.
It's not like I asked them to watch soap operas.
It is true.
Yeah, but I mean, the pow, the bam,
that's right.
Mama knows that's too much. And I'm gonna say this: you should have known better.
Oh, man.
You should have been more considerate of the overall audience.
Oh my God!
I should have been more considerate.
Damn.
You gonna take the bait? You gonna just take the bait?
Take the bait. Go ahead.
You just gonna take it? You don't feel yourself being baited in at all?
I feel myself.
So in this moment, you have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to take this bait, end up out of the water with a hook in your mouth, or you just want to swim away? You gotta decide.
It ain't even a real worm. Let it go.
Right. You can't do both in this moment. You have to decide.
Don't do it.
I personally think you should just swim away. You're fine. You had a wonderful day. Your people supported you in all that you did. I feel like you should move on.
Mama, we always say, those people who go out with bad outfits on don't have real good friends because they let them go out. We're gonna be your real good friends. We're gonna tell you, don't take the bait.
Don't put that on.
Don't
put that shirt on.
Leave it alone. Take one for the team. Leave that one alone. Let that go.
Yeah, I would just leave that alone. It ain't worth it.
You can get them later. Just don't.
Yeah, I know it's bubbling up in you. I know it is. I feel it bubbling up in you. I just would say walk away.
You know what? Right now, you be trying to call people mother hubbers. There's a couple.
Here you go, Mama Noise.
No talk.
Come on now.
The problem with that is she doesn't know that song.
Yes, she does. That's a spinner. One of them shiny bait hooks got a little shiny spinner thing on it. Don't eat that. Don't eat that.
And when it comes to the water, mom makes you pick it up real fast like that. Don't do it. Just drink your water. We need to drink the water.
I have your response. Don't worry about it.
No, seriously now. Not everybody knows old Shirley Caesar. That's old Shirley.
Yeah.
That's back when Shirley could still do the Holy Ghost dance. That's a long time ago.
You want me to do it again, Mama Noise? You want me to do it again?
She can't do it now. She can't do Holy
I can do it again. I can play it again if you like. Just for your own protection. Look, even Tim will start praying for you.
1997, Shirley Caesar.
Don't do it, Mama Noise. Don't do it.
That's way back there.
Woo. Okay, let's move on.
Woosah.
Before this gets ugly. You just had a beautiful day. Let's move on before this gets ugly. Shout out to Anthony Anderson, who graduated from Howard University. Finally. He said
real graduate, or is this one?
No, real graduate. Degree.
Good deal.
It took him 30 years, but he made it happen. 30 years.
Deal.
Doesn't matter how long it takes.
Don't really matter how long it takes. Shout out to Ludacris too, who was given an honorary bachelor's. I didn't even know you could give an honorary bachelor's. I've never heard of anybody getting an honorary bachelor's.
Usually it's
I can see that. It probably
depends on how much money you get.
Yeah.
I guess I would imagine you can get an honorary whatever you want if you get the right amount of money.
Sometimes your experience will allow you. So, he's been in the game. So maybe it's something on the line of entertainment, business, or something like that.
I mean, he has been in 12 Fast and Furious movies?
1,000. He's been in 1,000. It's like 600.
So does that get you a bachelor's degree in what?
I mean, she'll get my master's after 12 of them.
I got a question for y'all though. If a university gave you an honorary doctorate degree, would you call yourself Dr. Whatever?
Can I trade it in for the money that it would cost me to get it?
No, you just straight ahead. They gave you the degree. They're honoring you. Would you then turn around and call yourself Dr. Ron Nolan, Dr. Al Brown?
I absolutely would not, because even if I had gone long enough, I wouldn't self-impose that title. And I understand, and I don't hold anything against anybody that does, because it requires a lot. But I don't. To me, that's not important. Knowing that I did it is way more important than people identifying me as someone who did it.
Okay, all right.
Well, now shit.
Hell.
The example that we witnessed coming up in the church, all those old school preachers call themselves Doctor, Reverend Doctor.
Hey, Doc.
They ain't been to nobody's school.
Right.
Took 2 classes, one in harmonetics and at the local seminary. And
that was a video. I mean, come on.
Wow. A video? Really?
But yet they were doctors. So the examples we saw was, you use it.
But if you have the life experience, like Taraji P. Henson got an honorary doctorate at Howard. She spoke at Howard this past weekend. If she got the life experience to validate getting it in the area of arts, and she's been nominated for an Oscar, she's got all the credentials. So if you put in the work, I mean, haven't you earned the right to be called Dr. Whatever?
Oh yeah, you absolutely. But here's the thing with Ludacris. He enrolled in 96. He did 2 years, but he left to pursue a music career.
Right.
And soon after, he was signed by Def Jam Records. He's always said he went to this school and never finished. Bridget said in an interview after the ceremony, for them to come back and give me this honorary degree, it means the world to me, just for the simple fact that I always knew I wanted to come back, always wanted to finish. I'm not a person who starts things and doesn't finish. For me, it's a full circle moment. Over the last several years, he's been heavily involved academically with Georgia State in several ways, as recent as being an artist in resident since 2019, mentoring students and working with professors in its Creative Media Industries Institute.
I'm okay with it. If he want to call himself Dr. Ludacris.
No. He got a bachelor's. He didn't get a.
Oh, Bachelor Ludacris. If you want to call himself Bachelor Ludacris, which is weird, but that's fine.
Sound like you saying bastard.
I didn't. Bachelor.
His bachelor's degree in music management.
Well, said he's an expert in that.
But then, if that's the case, then why wouldn't more people who drop out of school who stays in their field for so long? Why would you give all those guys bachelors?
Because it's all about the money.
I was gonna say I would think that these universities would welcome that. They'd be like, please, we can give y'all bachelors if you like.
But I mean, because it's literally what he did based on his experience. Somebody who stays in their field for so long got the same amount of experience.
I'm okay with it. If people want to buy their way into a degree, that's fine.
No, they're buying into it.
But because think about it, you're buying your way into a degree one way or another.
Yeah.
So you might, if you got the money to post buy the degree, then buy it. Whatever.
Well, it makes the school look good. Let's just be honest. It's about the publicity for the school. Anthony Anderson is now a graduate from Howard.
Right.
That's a good thing. And if anyone had their honorary doctors, they would list them as, doctorates or honorary doctorates from the university. So
yeah,
the publicity thing.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn if I get my doctor's degree or not.
They really don't.
Yeah, they really care.
I place more value in experience anyway.
I do too. Honestly, I do too. As we were leaving the air on Thursday, we were notified through very strange channels that newly minted social media content creator Kevin Samuels had possibly died. We were not sure because it was very unverifiable and remained that way for almost about 12 to 18 hours. Like, it was weird. People were saying it, but it was not, wasn't sourced well. It was just like out there. And finally, at midday on Friday, I would say, it was verified from some of the major outlets that he had passed. And the circumstances were quite interesting. As we understand them today, he was at home with a young lady. And I have the name, and I apologize. I do have the name of the young lady. Her name is Hortensia Alcantara. Hortensia Alcantara is her name. And she was there, and they were at the house, and they had this is where the rumors come in. It appears that they had were together, and he was complaining of chest pains, and she tried to help him, and then he collapsed on top of her. And that's how the story was reported, that he collapsed on top of her. And then was taken immediately to the hospital, 911. I did not download the 911 call because I just think that's kind of morbid and dark. So, but there was a 911 call, and then he was taken to the hospital. Social media began to buzz for the next 24 hours, and it finally was announced that he was dying. That's how his mom found out on social media. Yeah, that's kind of jacked up. But something else happened. Well, several different things happened, but the main thing that happened is that a celebration ensued at the death of Kevin Samuels. And here's Hortensia Alcantara.
God damn.
I'm assuming you approve, cuz there you go.
Look a little young.
Could y'all hear me? Y'all heard me?
We heard everything you said there, sir. We heard everything you said.
She looks a little young, man.
She was young. I think she was much younger.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
That's my point. See, that's how you don't get hurt.
That was well played out. Well played. So a couple of things ensued. Number one is that
she looked kind of. How old was she? Put her back up.
I don't know how old she is. Somebody want to find that out? Feel free. She does look very young. According to sources, she is a nurse, so that's why she kind of knew what to try to do to help him.
She's a nurse and she kind of knew.
Well, I don't. Well, obviously she couldn't save him. I mean, she didn't.
Did she kill him?
I kill him. Well, okay, so that was also trending. Well, no, that was actually trending on social media. That she was one of the reasons why he's not here. You know,
she was young and he was old. See, that's why
maybe, but that's completely unconfirmed. We don't know.
That's why at my age, I don't believe in all that sex, all that little rough sex and just going and going.
Nobody said it was rough sex. Nobody said any of that. It's just
I need somebody to know how to get where they're going so we can hurry up and finish this shit before I.
Well, see, it's people like you that made her release this Instagram statement. She said, it's crazy how complete strangers try to hurt your character. Believe it or not, there's still good-hearted people in this cruel world. Unbelievable to think I have to clear my name for doing the right thing. Let me find a lawyer and make these people take all this mess down. I'm a humble 6-figure woman from the Midwest. No need for a one-night stand. My family and close friends know I'm a good person, but people are evil. But I'm still sending y'all love.
That's
how old is he?
He's 57. She was 32, and
32.
That kind of contradicts. Well, possibly contradicts. What situation were they involved in? Because she, on the 911 call, stated that it was her first time at his apartment, and she didn't know the address. So if y'all bumping uglies and it's your first time at his apartment.
Who he talking about? James Brown?
No, he's talking about Tim. So that was the other thing that emerged on social media. There was a very mixed reaction to his death. Half of the people were like, "Oh man, rest in peace," like Tim is saying to the Godfather, to one of the GOATs. He was keeping it real for the black men and the black community. He was one of the GOATs, and and they really are sorry to see him go. Then there's another side where they were basically pissing on his grave. They were the vitriol that has come out. I mean, there are some women out there that are like good riddance to bad trash. It is. Woo.
He is the epitome of polarizing.
Yes.
You either loved him or you hated him.
Yeah, there's not a lot of middle ground here.
You didn't know it.
Right.
Right.
There was a female on my timeline. It's kind of ironic, but hey, single mother of 2, 39 years old, 2 kids, 2 different daddies, and by Kevin Samuels' own definition, she would be used up leftovers.
Yeah.
Any single woman over the age of 35 is leftovers. Those words out of his mouth. So, but she loved him. She defended him. She stood behind everything he said about beta males. She was an advocate for, everything he stood by.
And listen, the man had 1.4 million followers. So people were listening, whether you hated him or loved him.
Yep.
They were listening. And he did some serious numbers, like on a weekly basis. So I don't know what for me, he is who he is. I get the whole thing because listen, he came to prominence in the pandemic. People started rocking with him and was like, oh man, Kevin saying he keeps it real, blah, 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 whatever. And I get the stick. I get it. He figured out the game. He figured out how to manipulate that algorithm on YouTube, and it worked for him. You say inflammatory stuff, people hate you and love you. And guess what? They watch
it. They tune in every episode.
So to me, that was one of the, not arguments, but disagreements that me and Mama Noise had about him the whole time. Because the women that he would just eviscerate, I mean, he would just tear them to shreds. They called him. They called the show to get his advice, and you get what you get. I mean, I don't know. There was a weird.
You pay for what you get. You pay for low minimum wage people, you're gonna get minimum wage work. Pay for what you get.
Now there is a rumor that he has died penniless, and that they have a GoFundMe.
He couldn't have been penniless.
I find that one hard to believe as well.
Them chests that was in that room with him when he died. Them wasn't no penniless chests.
Those are six figures.
Well, I'll say this. What is more likely to be true in that regard is not that he was penniless, but that they don't have access to the money right now or a reconciliation to his estate. So they may not have the money to bury him, his mom and his family. So that might be, and that's media takeout that's saying that he's deeply in debt and all that stuff.
You say 1.4 million followers, and that's on YouTube, right?
Right.
So he's getting paid. He's making a decent amount of money just off of the viewership that he's getting off of that.
He should be, but the challenge of that is that, again, when you die, people don't just, unless it's in a will somewhere that they can access, you don't just automatically get that money.
Right. So if he doesn't have a will, then the people's gonna get it next to this.
Exactly. So they're
gotta go through probate and da 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 da.
Right.
Exactly. So it's a process. So what's probably more likely is that they are trying to sort out his estate, and they just don't have the immediate money to make.
But the worst part of the whole
network.
The worst part of the whole story is, why even report anything if you don't freaking know? Why would you say he's penniless if you don't freaking know? That's just more controversy.
Well, because people are messy. Let's just call it
sales, bro. Controversy sales.
Yeah, I know controversy. There's more money in.
Well, his whole career has been controversy, though, Ron. His whole career has been that.
His whole career's been like it.
Yeah. What you gonna say, cuz?
Let me ask these dumbass questions.
Go ahead.
Did you say dumbasses questions or a dumbass question?
Let me ask these dumbass questions.
Okay.
There you go.
Thought you was calling Ron a dumbass. I'm sorry.
Because that's your co-pass, and that'd be rude.
So, I cuss back. So
would you guys, are you guys offended that the word on the street could possibly be that he was broke? Is that
Say it again?
Is that offensive to you guys that the word on the street is that he was broke, penniless? Is that offensive? Black man didn't take care of his finances and he broke. Talked all that shit, had all that possibility, and didn't manage it properly, and he broke.
It wouldn't be offensive, but it damn sure be hypocritical.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be offensive to me at all.
Not at all. I wouldn't.
I mean, because he's told brothers, if you can't take care of yourself, you ain't got no business dating no woman.
Okay, so I didn't know, what's his name, Tim?
Kevin? Oh,
Kevin? Samuel?
No, he's talking about Tim Hinkle.
I'm trying. Mama Noise looked nice today, by the way. I don't know if it was those videos you was watching yesterday or the dinner, but you look nice today.
Are you talking about the
all of the above?
Are you talking about the person in which we speak of? Or?
The man that was that's dead.
Okay,
Kevin Samuels.
I didn't know him.
Right.
But I hear from you guys talking, and from what I read on social media, that he was a complete asshole to black women.
He was definitely the opposite of the defender of the earth, for sure.
So am I to understand that this Negro, as a man, thought it was okay to belittle black women?
Yeah, well, hold on. I'm trying to be fair. I'm just trying to be fair. Not all black women. Black women over 35.
Stop right there. So you telling me it's okay to offend some black women?
I'm not saying that. No, that's not what I said. You asked the question, Ninja. I'm trying to answer it. He offended. He for sure was offensive to black women who A, were over 35, B, who had children, C, who were 35 and had children, and didn't and indeed he didn't deem were worthy of what he called high value men.
Okay,
now,
there
you go.
Do you believe, Mr. Noise, help me out, because y'all know I'm slow. Al B, come on, help me out. Do you believe others outside of our race sat there and analyzed whether or not he was talking about the few or all? When you put out there on the internet in public conversation, that woman, you ain't worth nothing. You ain't got no value. You think those that think that think less of us already are going to analyze whether or not this man is speaking general truth, or is he just talking about that specific woman?
The answer to that is
he was reckless. I didn't know the guy. I didn't know him. He was reckless in his conversations about black women.
Oh, there's no question.
I consider that an abomination. You an asshole.
And that is the general thought of most people. Like you're not alone in your thinking. I think I mentioned that on Thursday, that I think that he was an asshole.
Bitch, who you think you are that you can categorize somebody as less than?
Oh, that was the whole shtick, though. He drew.
You ain't your shtick.
Here's what was ironic about the whole presentation.
I'm sorry, Mama Noise. I'm gonna turn my mic off.
No. Listen, we listen. Please, let's not act like we didn't know that the defender of the earth was gonna come and defend. The irony of the whole thing to me was that he would always do his show from his apartment.
It was subleased apartment.
His subleased apartment. So, he would talk about high value men and this, that, and the other. And yes, Tim, he would definitely go at the men and the women, but it was far more women taking that vitriol.
Well, that's because that's who was calling in.
Right.
Yeah. And again, it goes back to what we said earlier. So he only got popular because you kept calling. You knew what he was going to say. You knew what he was going to do. Why would you keep calling? But you thought he was going to change? People.
Well, he did. Now, I'll say this again to keep the argument somewhat balanced. He didn't do that to everyone. If you are an attractive black woman, you got his blessing.
But again, you picked the phone up.
Or attracted to him, I'll say it that way.
You picked the phone up. You knew you had a 50-50 chance.
You definitely had a 50-50 chance
of what you was going to get.
You say we knew who he was, and it wasn't like he was going to change, but he did change, because I'm friends with some of the people that he went to college with there in Oklahoma.
Ah, okay.
And they said that Kappa changed after he left Norman, Oklahoma, and went to Atlanta. That he was not that way. He was the nicest guy on campus. He was always a best dressed guy. He was always a well-groomed guy, but he was a nice guy to everybody.
Doesn't mean that he wasn't already an asshole. He was just hiding it.
Well, maybe what happened.
Somebody broke his heart.
I was gonna say maybe what happened. He went to Atlanta, and them sisters in Atlanta wasn't feeling that shit he was running in Oklahoma. I mean, that's being real. Maybe in Oklahoma he could get away with some of the things he was saying, and in Atlanta it was like, brother, get out of here with all.
I mean, but you bring up his picture. He's a nice looking brother.
I mean, Mama Noise, would you agree with that? He's a handsome guy.
We can all observe. We ain't got to be gay to say somebody's a nice looking brother. He's a decent looking guy, right, Mama Noise?
But again, what does the looks have to do with it? He talked to people the way he talked to them, and they kept listening to it.
I mean, but I'm saying the game that he ran in Atlanta, you guys were saying that women weren't putting up with it. I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. Listen, we don't listen. We're just surmising all of it. We don't know.
They got a heterosexual male shortage in Atlanta. They take anything.
Well, I'll be honest. Well, I'll be honest with you. I the whole time, if I'm being completely transparent, I felt like he may have been suspect himself until the picture started coming out. Like, well, because if you watch him and watch the way he carries himself, it was like
he was metrosexual.
He was very metrosexual.
Well, again, we say he didn't change. Money changes everybody. He knew where his money was. He knew what buttered his bread. He knew what he had to say to keep his followers where he needed and keep his money coming in.
So he was no different than Clarence Thomas selling out black people.
Ooh.
I don't even know if it's as much as that. I think he's no different than Gilbert Gottfried or it was one of them. He found his stick and he stuck to it.
Can I give you maybe a more accurate comparison? He's the male Wendy Williams. I'm gonna say the most salacious, off the cuff, unbelievable things, and you're going to be so offended by it that you'll never be able to take your eyes off me.
And let me tell you something about that shtick part you're talking, LB. I couldn't disagree with you more. Whenever you allow yourself to be embraced by others, whether that's they want to be around you or it's money, it's a money thing, it's a power thing, it's a popularity thing. Whenever you allow yourself to succumb to that and you put down your own people, you destroy your own because all you care about is yourself. That's what a lot of the black Republicans are doing right now.
But that's just
they are being embraced. They are being embraced by white America. White America has more power, more money. So therefore they say, you know what? The rest of the blacks need to get with it. They need to come on over on their side too because it's nice over here.
So it's not so much that you disagree with me. You think it's absolutely horrible and wrong.
Yeah, I don't think
it happens.
Say what now, Albie?
I said it's not so much that you disagree with me, because we're saying it happens, right?
Okay.
So we both agree that it's horribly wrong. It's self-destructive for us as a society, us as a community. So
it glorifies yourself. Whether your stick allows you to have a foothold in your community or on a national level or the state level, whatever your stick allows you to be embraced by the masses that you believe that's so important, if you're willing to put down your own people, you ain't worth a plucked nickel to me. Now that's just me.
But can I throw something out that makes this whole thing even more kind of shocking? If what they say about him being broke is true, then really what was the purpose? Because if the goal was to get money,
you don't necessarily have to have money to live a good lifestyle if you're around the right people. You can fake it a long time if you have the right connections.
Oh yeah.
Hell, I faked it yesterday.
As long as he knows how to manage.
I don't know. Are we still talking about the same thing, or are we talking about something Because I feel like you went off a different direction in that last.
What you talking about?
I'm just trying to understand where you were.
Boy, don't take
that too is a shiny lure. Don't chase it.
Take it.
No. I'm saying if you're around the right people, you can appear to have money, even though.
Oh, gotcha. That one was safe, guys. That one was safe. We're fine.
I ate at a restaurant yesterday for
Okay.
Mother's Day for the mothers. There were menu items. $200-$300 for an item. That was $1,000 item. For real,
my.
item. And it was a la carte. So it didn't include no side.
Okay.
Item. Well, you sitting up in there, everybody would believe you got money.
That's true. Because normally you wouldn't be there if you didn't.
Right. I faked it.
Okay.
We trying to figure out where the hell you faked it at. You knew what you was getting into when your ass got to that restaurant.
He's doing what he got to do.
It's not like you was washing dishes. What like you washing dishes after you ate?
I was around the right people.
There you go.
That's my point.
There you go. Okay. Well, listen, it's a sad story with a even sadder ending. It may end up being even sadder than we initially thought it was, because if he died penniless, then you got to ask yourself, well, what was the whole purpose if you was trying to make money for your family and your children? And that didn't work. So what was the whole purpose of doing any of it except to live a life of destruction and selfishness? But
and if he died wealthy, what was the point of it? You still put down your own black women.
To get there. Yeah, it's not a way that I want to make money.
Huh?
It's not a way that I would want to make money.
You know, I don't understand about this, that I hear all the men co-signing that, you know, the women called in, so that made them subject to whatever happens. But, you know, it's just like here on this show. There are times when our noisemakers come in the chat and they may put something in the chat like, you know, I have the attention of some incredible black men, and I'd like to put this as a question or pose this question or whatever to the panel. And so he had an opportunity to speak into the lives of so many women, and the very thing he did was talk vitriol and poison to them, to the point where the one you listen to today, Lloyd, no matter what she said, she like, well, it sounded like she like, I'm trying. You like, you ain't like, basically you ain't got no value. You got kids, you over this age, you ain't got no value. And it's like, you know, I guess the part that really tears me up about it is that just the other day, the young lady, she committed suicide. This, I'm just saying, not connected to this, but I'm just saying. And you're like, man, you got enough stuff to deal with in this world than to listen to a man who has an opportunity to have a platform to speak into the lives of our people. And instead, he wants to give them more than what they already got to deal with. And now they say, you ain't worth nothing. You ain't got no value. You can't expect to have no top 10 man and all this stuff because you got kids. Okay, so now you got kids. It's those type of things that when you drop that in somebody's mindset, where on the news, the woman, here recently in the news, there was a man trying to put his kids in a car, dousing them with gasoline, trying to set the car on fire. Why? Because, you know, hey, I'm sure that I'm not a top 10 man with kids. So let me get rid of the kids. There are times when the women be trying to get rid of kids because they feel like, oh, well, let me get rid of these kids so then I can be valuable because the man ain't gonna look at me and give me an opportunity because I got kids. And all this because you keep getting this same poison put in, like nobody's gonna want you because you got kids. Nobody's gonna want you because you're a certain age. Nobody's gonna want you. You know, you don't have the option, you know, like younger women do. And it's like, to me, I just can't believe it. At any point, I get it. He said a handful of things that a couple of guys was like, yeah, he right about that. But then other than that, what about all the rest of it? How do we write off all the rest of it just because he said a few good points?
That statement you just made, Mama Noise, should remind you of what Republicans are doing with Donald Trump. Just because he said a few good things that they may agree with as a platform, but all the other toxic, nasty vitriol shit that he has said, you ignore that because you only care about those one or two things. And we generally put those people down. But yet here we are doing it with this asshole.
I'm just
But
saying.
where does personal responsibility come in for the people who call?
Listen, Ron, I agree with that question. But when you are a single woman out here in these streets and you're trying, you're reaching for somebody to say something to you, to prove to you, because you already think bad of your damn self. You would have to think negative of yourself to call into that show.
Yeah.
You can't be very positive on self.
So again, it goes back to you're feeling bad for yourself. It's 2021, 2022. You know what his show is about. You know what you're going to hear. Why subject yourself to hearing that BS that you know you're going to hear?
Because just like the woman that believes my poo-poo is the one that's gonna turn him around. Maybe my situation ain't so bad and he gonna say something nice to me. He gonna say that I'm a good one. Because I'm gonna explain to him in such a way that he's not gonna put me down. There is no difference. By the way, Ron, does your screen say keep fucking?
Oh.
Keep my fucking wife's name out your mouth.
Without the mind.
Tim Eagle says you need to watch the show.
Okay.
Because there's some chicks that come on there and yeah, they do think they the shit.
I want all women to think they the shit.
I do too.
Yeah, most of us are very good at faking it externally, but we don't believe it inside.
Like
dress
Lizzo.
like it, we dress like it, we walk like it, we talk like it, but we don't really believe it on the inside.
I would desire that every black woman have the confidence of a Lizzo. Regardless what the world or society sees you as, your flaws, whatever. Your confidence is exactly that. You're confident.
I don't disagree with you, Al. My only concern is when you allow your confidence to
cloud your judgment,
dilute you from your real reality. And here's an example of what I mean.
We're good at that.
Here's an example of what I mean right here. Now, I'm not sure why the brother decided to ask her to marry him at the McDonald's in the mall. I'm not I don't know why he chose that specific moment. But clearly they are a McDonald's couple.
he felt it in his spirit.
He felt it in his spirit in that moment. This is the moment. I'm going for it right now. And she world starred him and walked away.
Sad.
Now, I've watched that video several times now. I really don't know what to think about. Because I'll stall her out on the location. I personally wouldn't have chosen the McDonald's line in front of all those people that I don't even know. But okay, this is where he chose to do it. Now, maybe that's why she was pissed. Maybe she was thinking, this is the best you can do. You can't do nothing more romantic than a McDonald's line in the middle of the day.
But McDonald's, it could have been sentimental. Something they might have met at the mall, or...
and maybe that right. It's there's a lot of background left out of that moment, so it's hard to know why he chose that moment.
And see, when this article caught my attention, it wasn't so much the story itself that made me ponder. It was actual comments, and similar to what you're saying, McDonald's shouldn't have been the place. And so I immediately thought, if you love somebody, what difference does the place make?
Right.
And therein lies the challenge, Al, that I'm struggling with. Because do we love somebody, or do we love the idea of being loved?
Say it again.
I would hope that she just was not feeling him the way he was feeling her. I certainly hope that her choice to turn down his proposal had nothing to do with the location. Because
I think
if it, in my opinion, if it was based on the location, then she's got life all effed up.
Mama Noise, you were gonna say something. Go ahead, jump in. Where'd you go? Are you all right? Are you around? Are you close by? Okay, she stepped away for a second. I agree with you, Al. Does she deserve maybe a more romantic setting? Yes, I guess. I mean, I don't. Again, there's a lot of context left out of this moment. I don't know if that, because maybe they met at a McDonald's, and maybe he was like, "I'm gonna take it back to where we first met, back to these shakes and double cheeseburgers," And he just said, "I'm gonna take," I don't know. There's got to be a real reason why he chose that location.
I don't think it has to be. Why can't it be that he's been mulling over that decision for weeks? He's been carrying that ring around, and something in his spirit said, "Man, stop putting it off. Just do it."
She did something while walking to McDonald's. I mean, something just came over him where he just said, "Hey, let's do this.
Let's just do it now." Mama knows you gonna say something. What was you gonna say?
Just a couple of days ago, maybe it was a week ago, there was a Wahite couple that I believe they was celebrating I'm not sure if it was the engagement or celebrating their anniversary in the White Castle, in the I'm thinking White Castle, in the McDonald's. And I was like, people do it all the time. They want to be a spectacle somewhere, and they want the attention. But I'm tripping, because if that's where he wanted to do it, they had a whole basket full of McDonald's. Clearly, they frequent there enough. They had about 5 or 6 bags of McDonald's sitting on top of the shopping cart. And she done, they just purchased. If he felt inspired at that moment, why are you tripping? It wasn't good enough. You felt like you need something that's much larger and with all your family and all your friends and stuff. I think we done spoiled people.
But now, to be fair, and I know Cuz was itching at this one, so I can't wait to hear what he got to say about this. To be fair, women do want memorable proposals. Most women want a memorable proposal.
I would think more women want a good man to love them, be faithful to them, cherish them, honor them, and the location in which they decide to request their hand in marriage, I don't think is high on the priority list. Not on a real woman. On a superficial woman, maybe.
But your assumption is that there are more real women out there than superficial, and maybe that may not be true. I mean, it may be more that just want
my assumption is there are more superficial women.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying there are a lot of women who want the pomp and circumstance, and they'll go in debt for the wedding. Damn the marriage. The marriage will just work out the wherever way it works out. But the wedding, I want the party and the pomp and the circumstances and the pageantry and the whole nine. And they'll go $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $100,000 in debt for that day.
So, like you asked the question earlier, are you getting married because you're in love, or are you getting married for the show?
All right, cuz we really let her rip.
I have nothing to add to that. Why you say cuz let it rip? I mean,
I know you, man. I know you.
I agree with all of you guys. Honestly, I believe. Here's what I believe the scenario was.
Okay.
I could be wrong as fold up shoes, but
she is wrong. Is that what you said?
I said I could be wrong as fold up.
Okay, you could be wrong. Gotcha.
But I believe the scenario was they both worked at Walmart. Because that McDonald's was at Walmart.
Was that a Walmart?
That was a Walmart basket.
Okay.
Well,
you know what? It probably was because of the blue cart. You're right.
Put things in perspective. This is in South Africa. They were a South African couple.
Okay, but they were at the store because they had groceries in the basket or whatever they had in the basket there. So I think it was a sentimental thing because they probably did lunch at McDonald's every day. So I think it was a sentimental thing. For whatever reason, a woman would treat a man the way she treated him. I don't get that. I don't understand that.
No.
But I do know if you love that woman, and I saw Tim's comments, God bless his heart. If you love that woman, you don't stop chasing that woman because of that.
Wait. Hold on. Wait.
You go for the woman that you want.
Hold on.
Now,
Stop.
listen. A lot of the dysfunction that you just talked about, Mr. Noise, and you were correct. A lot of women out there want the pomp and circumstance more than the wedding, more than the actual marriage.
Right.
That's because that's what they've been taught.
Right.
They've never seen successful marriages, but they've seen beautiful ass weddings.
All those TV shows of all these celebrities that we should be looking at and admiring and seeing how these beautiful weddings and being together forever, all that bullshit.
They all get a divorce after 5 years. If they
Exactly.
Yeah, so they go for the wedding. The wedding day is gonna make me feel special. I'm not sure how this marriage is gonna work out.
But Lloyd, don't you got a penalty emoji, throwing a flag emoji? Did you get one of those?
They've never been taught.
I do not.
They've never been taught. Listen, we are products of our environment. We as a black people, we love a good party. But are we willing to do the work after the party to clean that motherfucker up? Are we willing to do the work in order to build something after?
Damn.
Are we willing to do the work?
Okay, so
We ready to party now.
but let's not skip over the lead of what you said.
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna shut up.
You're not
from Jackson, Mississippi. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. I went back home to Jackson, Mississippi, a few years back, and one of the biggest celebrations they have now is St. Patrick's Day. You black ass Negroes are celebrating St. Patrick's Day because of what?
They get the drink.
It's a party. It's a party in the streets.
Right.
So we would do it. We don't care about how it looks or what it's going to be like. All we want to do is party.
Okay, but that ain't the line that I'm focusing on, and neither is anybody else in these boxes. I can promise you. Did I hear you say, despite what happened in this proposal, he should go back and try to make it work?
Listen, ninjas.
We ain't gonna be a ninja today.
Is that what you said?
I don't know where you guys are from. Maybe y'all should just click, click, clack, clack, and lined up for y'all. But I had to fight for what I wanted. I've had to fight for what I wanted. So
Well, listen, Sophie. Listen, Sophie, that's good for you, Color Purple. But I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to.
We need more men like. I mean, come on now. You just gonna say, well, okay then. Damn you, really?
So I want to make sure I hear you correctly.
You never loved her. You never loved her. You might have loved how she made you feel, but you never loved her.
But then that means she never loved him.
I'm trying to understand how you arrived at this place.
Listen now. Listen.
I'm not gonna change that to somebody who don't love me.
I understand what you're saying when you say that, bro. But there was a time in my life. This is a true story. I'm gonna go and tell it. Then
Wait a minute. Hold on. Before you start, is this a true story or not?
You know, I'm gonna forget it. I gotta get it out. This is
Okay. All right.
When I was in the ARMY, I might have told this story on here before, but I'm gonna tell it again because it fits. If it don't fit, you must quit. But anyway, my wife was extremely liberal in her thinking, and I was extremely conservative in my thinking. I mean, I was from Mississippi. I was raised Baptist. We was in the church, straight and narrow. We couldn't look left. We couldn't look right. We were straight and narrow. Mm-hmm. And I believed in that. But I met my wife at a very young age, and she was a liberal. And she told me one day in our regular conversation, we might have just had sex not too long before. Okay. But she told me, she said, I think it's okay for gay people to be in the Army.
They can shoot a gun like everybody else.
Damn, you put it down that week. She thought you was gay.
Let me tell you something.
Oh,
let me tell you.
What the hell?
Oh, that was a level 2, not a level 1.
Level 2.
What the hell?
Yeah, you make love to a woman and they come back and say it's okay to be gay.
You know, in the ARMY.
That was a bridge too far.
That escalated quickly. I go.
A conservative-minded Army guy. And listen, the God honest truth is, I broke up with her at that moment. I told her, it's over. We have nothing in common. That's it. I'm done. And I left her there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you went back.
She called me the next day. She said, really? She could have easily said, bump that Negro.
Did she say really or nigga? Just be honest.
I mean, you know.
Okay, all right. Because really don't sound like something Jamaican would say.
You gonna break up with me because I had a thought about something? My point is, if you love somebody, you.
Because I respect. First of all,
two different.
There's a difference.
Everybody got an opinion.
There is a difference between having a difference of opinion, being conservative, being liberal. There's a difference between being completely emasculated.
But I broke up with her.
But that's not that story.
That was a big deal. That was a big deal.
Let me just tell you something.
That was a big deal.
Let me tell you something. What that woman did to that man just now is completely different than what you did. It's completely different. It's not even in the same ballpark.
It's a different.
No. We listen to your black ass hush. This is what I'm going to say. How in the ever loving hell do you compare what you did to this woman who is supposed to be in a relationship with this man, and he has gone out, took the time to go to a store, get her ring size, purchased a ring to declare his love for this woman, and then stood in the place where they worked together and flipped burgers and salted fries together, and then only to be embarrassed by her. That is big. I agree with Tim. That is big simp energy, and I am not here for it. Go ahead, Al.
No, I was going to say not necessarily at the ring size, but we said, or at least I said this a couple of weeks back. We were having just a general conversation about men being rejected at the altar, and I said that it should never happen. Remember, I mean, not being rejected at the altar, but their proposal being rejected.
Right.
Because I said going in, you should have some sort of litmus test already of what the response is going to be.
You should, yes.
There should be no reason why the love you have for somebody, you don't feel that it's reciprocated. And if they that good of an actress or an actor, man, but you should know, you should have.
Well, it may be reciprocated. You are correct in saying that, but that doesn't mean that fear is still not, because every marriage I've ever seen was destructive, was horrible.
Right.
So I'm actually scared of marriage.
But don't you already know that? Don't you know that this person has reservations about getting married?
And that didn't look like a response of fear. That looked like a response of disappointment. Like, I'm not getting what I want in this moment.
Hold on. Let's keep it real. Her face looked like, no, you know you're not the only one.
Well, okay, I didn't read that.
That ain't the look I got.
That's the face I got. She leaned in. The old girl's like, "You believe he doing this?"
She leaned in, so talking to somebody and leaned back.
Yeah, I think it was more of, I can't believe you're doing this here at this McDonald's.
She actually said that. If you read her lips, what you just said, she actually said. She spoke those words.
And I think she was offended by the location. And to me, while I don't approve of her being offended by the location, because I gotta believe, because first of all, if you're offended by it, you need to hear him out, because there's a reason why he did it. He didn't just randomly pick McDonald's. He know that's McDonald's. He ain't stupid. He know that's McDonald's. So there's a reason why he chose McDonald's. And maybe the romance and the pomp and circumstance that you're looking for is in the reason why he chose this location. But to not even hear him out, to walk away, to be like, I don't want to hear it. I can't believe you did. I'm walking away from you forever, or whatever that walk away was for. That's where I have a problem with. That's why I can't really rock with
it. Could be a walk away because she's already told him, you know what? I love you, but I don't want to get married.
Well, then let's move on.
That could be it too.
Could be.
I'm going to be transparent. I proposed to my ex-wife at fifth quarter. I didn't plan a date to fifth quarter for the purpose of proposing.
Are you supposed to let the listening audience know what that is?
No, they got Google. They know how to use it, unlike you.
Four out of the 5 people on this broadcast knew what that was, and everyone from Louisville. So it's a restaurant. It's a steak restaurant.
It's a step above O'Charlie's, Applebee's, whatever. Yeah. It's nothing. Well, at the time in Louisville, it was one of the better restaurants.
True. That's true.
That's true. It's just a nice little steak place. But I didn't make plans at fifth quarter with the purpose of proposing. You know, the moment hit, the ambiance was right, and the lighting hit her eyes at the right moment, and I grabbed the napkin and threw it down on the ground so I wouldn't mess up my trousers. You like that Mississippi word, trousers?
That was damn Mississippi.
That was good.
And you know, I proposed.
Definitely outside of Jackson for sure.
But I knew going in, when I purchased the ring, I knew that my future wife was ready to get married.
You know, I'm gonna say this. Dan. I'm gonna let you gentlemen have it. I'm at my core, I am a believer in fighting for a person, whomever you say you love. I don't know what love looks like for you guys, but for those that marriages last 50 and 60 years, those marriages last long because they fight for one another.
Sometimes that's the key word.
Sometimes a person is not able to fight. Sometimes a person is such a fuck up they don't fight. But you go through stages in life. Let me tell you something. There is no way you're gonna be married 60 years and you and your spouse equally fight for each other the entire time.
But that's not what we witnessed on that
but
video.
over a period of time, over a period of that relationship, it balances out.
Hold on a second, because I hear you on the wedding and the marriage, but how do you fight for somebody that won't even fight to get into marriage?
Yeah, you can't. She
didn't even fight to get into marriage.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, she walked away before the fight began. She over there at the fight announcement. Don King is on the stage talking about we about to have this the brawl to settle it all, the Royal Rumble or whatever. And she's like, I don't want to go to boxing. I'm more into fashion.
You had the perfect video. You had the perfect video of that boxing match that we watched where the dude walked into the ring, bell rung, he had walked his ass right back out.
And here's what's crazy about that video, Ron, because you're 1,000% correct. She knew she was going to walk away if he did something like that. That's why she turned to the little McDonald's worker and was like, I can't believe he did this. Go ahead, Mama Noise.
On the other hand.
Oh, there's the other hand. Okay.
We were present in a situation where it was intense, just like the situation at the McDonald's. It was a better environment, but it was intense like that where everybody was to their feet and amen and the whole nine. And it was eloquent. The get down on your knees and all that. But she cold said, just stood there. It was like there was no, we like, is there an answer? Is there an answer? Are you going to give an answer? And it was like, she's standing there like, I can't believe this dude did this to me. He know where I stand. And some men will try to force a woman's hand by putting them in a position like that, thinking that, if I put her in, get her in a place like this, maybe, even though I know that's not where our relationship's going, but maybe if I put her in a position like this, she'll change her mind. And I was rooting for the dude. We was all rooting for him. But man, when old girl was doing all that old, I was like, what is her problem? But see, she know what we didn't know. So,
and part of it is his fault because you Al, you said it. Don't be asking if you don't know 100% that in the moment you ask, you getting the yes.
And see, that was one of the comments on the thread was that it appeared he was backing her into a corner. Mm-hmm. He was pressuring her, and he thought that in that moment with all those eyes and all of that support, she would be forced to say yes. That could be very well be the case. He knew that she was teetering on the fence, and maybe he thought, well, if I get her in a public forum, she'd be more inclined to say yes.
Who can resist McDonald's French fries and a proposal? Who can do
it? You give me a French fries, I am saying yes.
What?
And if the ice cream machine works, it's a hell yes. Let's go right down to the justice of peace.
There you go.
You know what? First of all, the whole having it a big publicity stunt is overrated. I think that, for me, it's almost like the asking part, that should be more of an intimate situation instead of it being some type of public spectacle. Because if you do get your face cracked in on the ground, whose fault is it? Because you done made this a big event. And like Al said, you should know your person enough to know if this is something that they want. But trying to force them into a corner, that's just unacceptable. I mean, I didn't, when Lloyd asked me to marry him, he didn't do it in a stadium. He didn't do it in front of the church.
Did he coin the phrase, piss or get off the pot?
I did not.
No. No, he did not.
Either piss or get off the pot.
He didn't do any of that. And I was sitting there going, let me check the environment. Hold on, where's the paparazzi? I mean, come on.
Should a proposal go down in a massively public way like that?
Who is the proposal or promise really for? Who really needs it? Who really wants it?
Obviously the being the proposee needs it, but at the same time, I'm just wondering.
And see, I think that is part of the problem is people want to be gosh, what's the word? People want to be not really appreciated. That's not the right word, but they want people to see that big moment. They want affirmation of their relationship or their status. And you know, I've seen stories where women were completely offended by the size of the ring, and that was the reason they rejected the proposal. Or I've seen stories where women took the ring, exchanged it for what they wanted at a much higher cost and much greater value, simply because they were fearful of what people would think.
Which is kind of why I asked that question: is who is it really for? Because a lot of times, like Al said, a lot of times it's just show.
Well, I'm an anomaly because I accepted my proposal and I didn't even have a ring, and I felt that whether I had one or not, there was no doubt in my mind that I would accept, and there was no, well, I'll accept it when you come back with a ring and all that old foolishness. That's foolishness to me. I knew who it was I'm supposed to be with. I knew Lloyd was my person. I didn't have any idea when he would propose, but when he did, I was excited to know that, man, he chose me. And so I don't understand all of this grandiose, this grandeur, all this stuff that we got to have because you don't have it at the wedding. So you got to have the proposal where, now stuff just keeps getting larger and larger, where you got to have, like some guys got to fly in the mama and the family to all meet at the place they first met at, and then they got to have somebody to hold the signs, and then they got to lead into the restaurant, and then it's got to be. It turns into an event where it's more than just a proposal, like Ron said. It's something else. It turns into some type of circus show.
And it's kind of funny because it's ridiculous, man. I mean, you're talking about putting on a show just so you can maybe get a yes.
Maybe, right.
Because if you don't put the show on right, she's going to say no.
Come on. The brain ain't right. Really?
God says you got to fight for her. So put the show together and do it right, and then you'll get the woman.
Because I can't get a redo on that show. Shit, I respect
you're going to have to. If she says no, you have to do a sequel.
Wow. A sequel proposal.
Well, I'm really trying to wrap my head around what you mean by fight for them prior to. Like in the marriage, I totally get it. That's not lost on me. But if a woman walks away like she did, how do you come back from that? That's the part I'm trying to. You said he should still keep fighting for it. And I'm like,
well, he's saying the woman you love, regardless if you're married or not. If that's the woman you love, then that one instance should not define your destiny. I think that's what he's saying. At least that's my interpretation.
But it did just define your destiny. Like
not necessarily.
She walked away and was like, nigga, please.
There can still be conversations after that.
They can reconcile.
Hey, I poured my heart out to you. Is this not what you want? And then her response can be, you're who I want, but it's not the right time, or that's not how I want it, or I have no desire to get married. Whatever. There could still be conversation.
So if she says,
which one of them three you just said, Al, but what make you want to do a sequel of the three?
That's where I was going, Ron. Like if she says, nigga, if you hadn't done this at McDonald's, I might have said yes. But the fact that you did it here,
my response to that is, what difference does it make? If you love me the way you say you love me, because I know I love you, and I want to be with you eternally, it shouldn't have made any difference where I did it. But again, that sparks the conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
If at that moment you discover that it's all about pomp and circumstance, it's all about the external showmanship, then hey, it might be time to move on. But you
gotta assess it for what it is. If that's who you're in love with, then you need to know your life is gonna be filled with moments of pomp and circumstance. She has an expectation, at least in the beginning. Now that may change over time, but in the beginning, she has an expectation of I need this. I have a standard, and I don't know.
Standard's right. Go ahead. I
don't know if I hate that at all. I guess the part that's frustrating me, she could have handled that a better way. Even if she didn't like what he did, just whisper in his ear and say, "Baby, let's go talk about this." Because if you really love him, don't embarrass him. Don't walk away. Now, hindsight is always 20/20. I get it. But I just think there was a better way for her to handle that.
Get up. Not right here.
Yeah. Just let's go talk about this or something. Why are you looking at that with that? Why are you looking at us in that tone of voice?
You could did the fake hug.
Indigestion.
It look good.
Is that gas or what? Why are you looking at us like that?
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Oh wow.
Who are you talking to?
We're just trying to assess your anguish.
I have no English. I'm just listening.
Okay.
But you had a look on your face like you was uncomfortable.
I have vertigo.
Oh, got you.
It's hard to focus sometimes.
I didn't realize it was acting up. We apologize, sir. And we apologize for bringing attention to it.
You're fine.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Well, I appreciate Azaria that said that, she wouldn't mind if it was a proposal at some of her favorite restaurants. I just think that says the person, and maybe that nostalgia got kicked in, like Al said, and you just like, oh man, this would be a great place to ask her to marry me. Or are you searching for the right venue? You got, you already got the ring in your pocket, and you're like, man, I'm all nervous about what I'm doing. I'm thinking of the right place, and so. She said, yeah, she would love that. I don't know. Well, I don't know any woman that wouldn't love that, but I mean, clearly this woman wasn't.
Yeah.
I believe that, it's sad to me. Let me just put it like that. It's sad to me that more men don't have a mentality of win your woman's heart and to not give up when you feel embarrassed or slighted. It saddens me that more of us aren't willing to fight for the jewel that lives on the inside of her. That we'll take those barriers that she's throwing up, barriers to love, barriers to relationships, because of the dysfunction that she has lived in. We'll take those barriers and throw her away because she wouldn't conform or be what I wanted her to be when I wanted her to be it. Listen, at some point in every woman's life, I don't care, men, if you disagree with this or not, but at some point in every woman's life, either through dad or through her husband, at some point in every woman's life, a woman needs a man to fight for her. At some point in every woman's life, either through her dad or through the man that says he loves her, she needs for that man to fight for her. Too many of us are willing to throw in the towel on our women simply because she affected my ego.
Because I Pastor, I don't think we disagree that man should fight for a woman.
Ninja, y'all just sit up here for 30 minutes telling me about you all but said, damn that bitch.
No. We basically said at some point.
Explain to me why should I fight? Why should I fight?
At some point, there is a law called stalking that you keep trying to go after the chick for so long, your ass is gonna get locked up if she keeps telling your dumb ass no. You need to let her ass go.
You are correct. You are correct.
So no, you can fight for her all your ass want. But if her black ass don't want your black ass is going to jail. Leave her the hell alone.
Yeah, I'm a speaking code. I'm not a salmon. I'm not going to keep swimming upstream to spawn.
Well, I'm a hunter, and I believe in sitting in the woods in cold weather.
Come on.
With nothing to do but just sit there.
Come on, preacher.
For the deer to walk by me.
But you don't spray deer.
Uncomfortable for hours.
You don't put salt block down and spray deer piss in the air. You don't do all that.
The hormones.
Do you choose squirrel and eat the squirrel en route to the deer, or you just sit there and wait for the deer? You wait there hungry.
Bottom line, you just know what I'm talking
Do
about.
you wait there hungry for the deer?
We will wait on what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will wait for what you want, but at some point, if she doesn't want you, your ass is not going to.
And what do you do? What do you do when you get rejected by when you got what you thought you wanted, or when you got what you wanted and it rejects you? What do you do?
I disagree with that. I understand what you're saying when you say that.
And that's our point about sometimes you gotta let that shit go.
Yeah, but see, the point is, you guys don't know how long he's been fighting with this one little video that we've shown.
We don't.
All you see is the video, and you pass judgment. Damn that woman. She did him that way. He needs to move on. Wait a minute.
We're passing judgment on the situation.
Too many of us have that attitude too quick. That's my point.
So you tell me what the old folks used to say is not true. If you let it go and it comes back,
it's yours.
It was meant to be. That ain't what you saying. Your ass said catch a charge. It can't be both.
Boss bees.
I tell you what, we are in, and I'm serious about this statement. I know I talk a lot of craziness. We're in a sad situation when our own men don't think our own women are worth fighting for.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's
I
interesting.
mean that to my core. You can joke and say whatever you got to say, but as a people, we're in trouble when your whole attitude is move on, fuck that bitch, move on, fuck that hoe, move on.
I don't mean this jokingly or sarcastically. I'm really seeking clarity. So you're saying, regardless of circumstance, you should fight for our women.
I'm not saying regardless of circumstance, Al. But see, the problem with men in general is our egos walk in front of us. We walk behind our egos. We constantly protecting, we're bodyguarding our egos.
Well, let me stop y'all for just a second. Hold on one second, because this is we about to slip over in tomorrow. Because tomorrow we've combined the two topics into one. It's two topics, but it's really one topic on Talk That Tuesday. Have black men giving up on black women, have black women giving up on men, on black men.
But the reality is we're all in our marriages. Albie, you're not married. I can't talk about you. We're all putting up with something. We're all still fighting for something. If your marriage is perfect, God bless you. But if you're still trying to develop your wife in a certain area, teach your family, train your wife, if you're still trying, then you understand what I'm saying. But if you're already there, hey, listen, I always joke about the fact, and this is a true story. It's a true story. You better listen to me. I'm telling you the true story.
Hold on one second. Just wait. Because we're not prepared for you to give a true story all willy-nilly like that. This is a true story. All right.
Bam.
Go.
My entire life. Yes. as a kid coming up, my brother and I, we never heard our parents argue. He never said one bad thing about her. She never said one bad thing about him that we heard in our home. But that wasn't real.
I was gonna say, but actions speak louder than words.
It wasn't real. It wasn't real because they were going in two different directions.
Right, actions speak louder than words,
When
which is
you're going
what.
in two different directions, there's nothing to argue about.
Okay, well then in that case, then why are we mad at why are we mad at old boy if he walks
Are you
away?
gonna let me finish my story?
Well, your story is long.
If you're fighting to build your family, you're gonna have some heated disagreements. You're gonna have some misunderstandings. Construction is messy. You're building a marriage.
I don't think anybody's arguing that point.
Nobody's arguing that point.
That ain't even what happened.
So here, the chickens are lawyer. I want Janet Jackson. So you telling me I can go find Janet right now and say, Heifer, we're gonna be married.
Listen,
hold on. Let me give another analogy what you just said, cuz you saying y'all gotta fight to build something. I feel you. They trying to build this house called marriage. But if the heifer leave at escrow, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we didn't even get to the building. We at escrow. We just trying to work out the numbers. And she ready to walk away.
We're building the foundation, and she left off 5 bricks.
Another quick true story. I have a friend couple that's going.
Wait.
God damn it.
You need the banner breaking. True story.
Right. Okay, here we go.
I have a couple right now, a close couple, friend, that are going through divorce right now. She's left the house and moved into her own home. She's renting. He's still at the house, and they're sharing the kids back and forth. He's texted her a couple of times and said, I still love you. Even though she left him, I still love you. He's texted her a couple of times and said, we really should work on our marriage. Can we make this work? And each time he has sent her a text message, she's responded, no, I'm good. But in my conversation with her today, this is the God honest truth.
Mm-hmm.
She admitted she would love to have her marriage if that man would actually come and fight for her. He's never fought for her. So sending me a text message, that's too easy.
Right, it's not a fight.
When are you going to come and show up and show me that you're ready to be a man in my life? Every woman needs it at some point.
The dude at McDonald's did. She said no.
I can already tell we're gonna have a really good discussion tomorrow. Cause
I want to hear from Mama Noise right quick because she ain't said nothing in a while. Mama Noise, help us.
We're gonna have a real good discussion tomorrow. I can see that tomorrow. It's gonna be good.
Mama, please.
Help me, mama. Help me, mama.
Mama Noise, don't help his black ass because he set you up at getting the show.
You did. Payback is a no.
Wow.
Go ahead, Mama Noise. Tell her what
you got it.
We all should be fought for. Women, we should be fought for. I agree with that. But some of us have, as we've said here, that we have men, or should I say boys, perpetrating as men.
Uh-oh.
And then we want that guy to say, will you marry me? Boy, I stopped breastfeeding at a certain age. I'm not getting ready to breastfeed on into my into retirement because I have a young man that just wants somebody to be his mama, not his wife.
But Mama knows he's fighting for you. That young boy.
Yeah, but are you fighting because you saying, hey, I don't want to be out here by myself. I just want somebody to take the place of my mama because, I had to get out of my mama house. We talked about here about the importance of you got to make sure that this is not a pretender. This has got to be a real man. There are the pretenders out there. Give us a false impression of thinking that this guy is going to be your forever man. And then you marry him. You're like, okay, this dude can't lead. This dude can't fight. This dude. But I done picked him off the vine before it's time. So maybe that's what old girl knew at the McDonald's. She like, bruh, I need you to grow up some before you start trying to get married. Pull up.
So how much time do you spend ripening that fruit that you took off the line too early?
Well, the truth be told, she shouldn't be entertaining somebody who ain't right. It's a waste of his time and hers.
Maybe that's what that walk away for. Maybe we putting the victory on him, saying, on her saying she wrong for walking away. And maybe she was like, you know what? This is the last straw. I've been asking you to fight for me for 5 years and 3 kids, and this is the best you can do. I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she saw that McDonald's as a complete disrespect to everything they've been through and everything she tolerated and all the cheating and the shit he did.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have went to the redhead restaurant with the girl with the pigtails. Would that have been better?
I don't know. Listen. This is a fascinating set of circumstances for us, and I can't wait to finish this conversation tomorrow because I think I think there is a part of what Cuz is saying that is correct in that we are losing our
Only a part?
Yeah, it's normally
I was the one listening.
It's normally just the part, Ninja. There's a part of what he said I believe is spot on in that I think we are losing our societal fight for each other. The societal fight for black men and the societal fight for black women.
You're damn right.
But now the reasons why we're losing the fight is what's in question. Is it because of what is it because is the real question. Like, are we just tired? Are we traumatized to such a degree? Is it historical in nature where black fathers fail so miserably that black women are like, I'm sick of this. I'll eat soup before I eat another pizza. I'll let y'all figure that out the way home.
We got that one.
There is no single answer to that question, but
it may not be.
Very deep question.
Also ask yourself, why fight?
It brings an interesting conversation, though. I tell you that much. Well, and we say that to him that she should have never dated him in the first place, but it kind of is she dating on the level she can get?
Oh gosh. Do we got a bunch of kids?
They were eating at the level that they could eat.
They was at McDonald's.
Because McDonald's is a choice. That is a choice.
Oh my God.
We still eat McDonald's too, so don't go there.
It used to
be. We got kids, goddamn it. You'd be surprised what that McDonald's do for you.
I used to love me some McDonald's once upon a time.
That's a whole nother conversation because we need that whole show.
We got to quit saying their names until they start giving us some money.
Well,
hey, we need to have a whole other show on how McDonald's has failed America.
Yeah, we're gonna call it McDowell's until we get sponsorship money.
McDowell's.
All right, people. We got to step away for 22 hours.
And let me encourage Tim to come back with that last statement he made in the chat. Come back tomorrow with that because I think that is a good.
I agree too. Yeah, that's
because we make the mistake sometimes of just trying to keep the bed warm, or you just want somebody because you can't get the one you want.
Should you be dating if you're not trying to be married?
Well, the truth is, if you can't be,
No. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow.
you love the one you're with.
Write it down.
We're gonna. Yeah, you definitely write it down.
Write it down. You know you're gonna forget.
Go ahead, right now while we on here.
It's recorded, so replay this tomorrow before you get on the show. Just fast forward towards the end.
There you go. Just go all the way to the end. And, all right, we'll be back to do this all over again, and get into a pretty heavy discussion, I would imagine. So tell your friends about us.
Tell your mama now.
Tell your mama now.
Tell my mama.
Tell your mama. Tell your pa, because we're going back to Arkansas. Oh, okay. That's a song. That's Ray Charles. Know your history, people. All right.
I thought maybe it was y'all Pine Bluff
National Pine Bluff stuff.
That's how I go. Tell your mama. Tell your pa. We're going back to Arkansas. Oh, mama, you don't.
That's the equivalent of my old Kentucky home. That's Pine Bluff's equivalent to my old Kentucky home.
Damn.
Oh, the lies we tell ourselves to win.
Ooh, Lord.
We out here, people. Y'all have a good one. Talking Noise. We'll be back tomorrow.